Hello and welcome to another episode of Sisters on the Weekend. She is Little Sis.
And she is Big Sis. And we're back
And we're
with
back
another episode.
With another episode for you guys.
Yes.
Little Sis, can you take it away for us?
Okay. Be sure to review and repost all of our episodes. And in today's episode, we'll be talking about the code of conduct for being a sister. So this is the sister code.
When you hear sister code, what do you think about? What comes to mind for you?
Things that you should and should not do being a sister and what that actually looks like. So for example, I would say the treatment and like respect for one another. To start, there should be a level of respect. You wouldn't treat your sister like you would your friend. So I think friendships are kind of like a little bit more lenient.
So one of your principles is respect.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with that. I think I also agree with the part about like a sister is like a friend plus whatever it is you want to add. So, and because it is that level of trust there, that is, well, it should be a certain level of trust there. If I had to name another code or another principle or rule of sisterhood, I think I would have to say, I guess integrity.
I was going to say trust.
I think trust as well. So we got respect, trust, integrity, honesty.
Yeah.
Those are just like the rules, right?
Those are like morals for just being a person, honestly.
For life,
yeah.
right? But we know that, sometimes maybe not. So
but I think sister code is kind of like the advanced version of girl code. Like things that you just wouldn't do, not to do. You know how to operate.
Can you think of some like situations?
I'm trying to think, because we didn't have anything that's crazy.
I mean, you don't have to
us.
think about it between like us per se or sisters per se, but if I had to like put it into
I would
like
say
situational,
don't fight your sister. I know some people be throwing bowls with their sister, like, and I just be like a girl off the street or something. I'm just like, that is your sister, like. That's so appalling to me.
I want to just run the Oxford definition of integrity just to give some context. Because for me, I think integrity is, if I had to choose one, I would probably say integrity. It's the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness. And then as a second definition is the state of being whole and undivided. I think that for me, if I had to choose one, that would cover everything. And like, it's the fighting for me. Like, I feel
I understand some people might fight their friends, and like if you throw bowls with your friends, I hope y'all not friends anymore. But some people have that relationship where they can fight and they get back cool. But if you fighting with just like, that's just another level.
So, the level of disrespect, like that says I don't like you, I don't care about you, I hate you. Like, it's no reason why you should get to that point, alcohol included or not.
Yeah, I'm just like, huh?
And alcohol is not an excuse for poor behavior.
Well, some people give it an excuse.
That deserved a pause because, again, I will say, alcohol is not an excuse for poor behavior. When I think about situational things, you kind of mentioned like fighting. I think about like going out and leaving somebody behind. Like leaving somebody at the club or the lounge or the hookah bar or whatever.
I had a
I've seen
scenario.
that.
I've seen also where a person, like their sister was in need and they felt embarrassed by their sister's actions because we was in front of guys, and they just kind of like the way they interacted with their sister was not sisterly at
Like a
all.
stranger or
Yeah.
something.
Like
Yeah, so
almost like, why would you do that type thing? And it's like, that is your sister, like, trying to like look good in front of the men, and it was just like, that is your sister. Like,
unfortunately, that is not uncommon. So the situation you described, I guess, are you saying that one of the sisters was inebriated?
yes.
Okay. And the other sister was embarrassed, and so she kind of threw her to the side.
Right. Like, not helping her at all.
Interestingly enough, I've seen that several times. I have been in situations where my friends have gotten, you know, overly intoxicated, and I have been frustrated, but I never left them or disrespected them. I have seen situations where, like, that level of disrespect towards the other sister or towards the friend is so bad that even the strangers will step in, or the guys will step in, like, yo, chill out. Like, why are you? We'll just help y'all make it to the car, or whatever the situation is. This was many, many moons ago. Now I don't even think it's safe to have people help you to the car anymore. But this was like the old days where it was more trust out here in the world, and you could expect for somebody that you met at a bar or lounge to actually walk you to your car and send you on your way. I don't know if that, is the same, but it's the same today. But yeah, I think that would be one of my like situational things, like turning your back on somebody when they're in need, pretty much. But especially when they're like out in public, they have been drinking or what have you, and they're not at their best.
Right, but then that was like a big sister little sister dynamic too, so it was just so odd because it's like, this is your little sister, you would think that your natural urges to protect her, and it was just the rejection of it all was just so appalling. I was just like,
my thing that I struggle with within sisterhood, not with you, but just the idea of sisterhood and also family and also friends, is when stuff like that happens where it's indisputable disrespect and it's a violation that anybody with eyes could see, but then it's the expectation to move forward as if it never happened. For me, when stuff like that happens, I take heed. I'm not saying that all relationships must be severed or that you can't forgive and move forward. But in the back of my mind, I will always know that there's a level of myself that I can't trust with you. And there's a level of you that I can't trust. So if we went on trips or if we went out or whatever we did thereafter, I will always know that I'm not going to sleep on you.
dang, that's deep.
What do you think about that? What do you think about, what does the sisterhood require with regards to forgiveness and moving forward past situations that are like blatantly a violation of the sister code?
I mean, some people will just be like, oh, if you're my sister, like, you'll get over it type thing. Do I think that's necessarily right? No, but is that most likely what's going to happen? Yes.
I think that is the scary part, when people be like, you'll get over it, or like, oh well. I've heard that too, not necessarily in the context of sisters, but in family, like, oh well, you'll get over it. I mean to, oh well. I'm just like, yikes. That's hard for me to accept, because I do believe that all things happen for a reason, and I believe that that experience happened for a reason. So are you to just move forward like it never happened, or are you to take heed and be aware?
It's different when you got a sister, because it's like y'all are always going to be around,
Well, some people decide not to be around family at all, but that's a different thing. So,
but those are in the most extreme conditions.
Situations, yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I guess if that's the case, then you would transition from sisterhood to sisters.
Yeah, I have a couple other ones too if we want to talk about. So one that I see on the interweb is to be an amazing photographer.
That's too much high stress for me.
Okay, let's talk
I'm
about
just saying. I'm just saying. Don't be mad at me if I can't catch the sun and catch the angles. But you know some people do
it on purpose though. They all like they didn't even try.
For that one, I can understand because I'm not here to take pictures of you. Hire a photographer. Like, I'll do my best, but I'm just saying, after me spending like 10 to 15 quality minutes of trying to get the shot, if I cannot satisfy you, because I'm going to try my best. That's the thing. If the shots you getting is not hitting what they need to hit, then it's not fair. This is, we spending quality time. I don't want to spend my time like this. I'm sorry. But I'm listening. Go ahead.
Ooh, this is a good one. One of them say, tell her if her man is cheating on her.
What do you think about that?
I don't know. Because, I think for that one, you just have to know your sister if she wants to know that information. Some people just don't want to know. And I feel like certain stuff like that will eventually come out.
So you think you should just 50 like keep it quiet or tell based on the situation and based on the person?
Yes.
Is this sister code ideas or these friend code, girl code?
This is like girl code stuff, but I think it could also. I think that's
apply.
that's also like an interesting one where you would just be like. I mean, naturally, if you have a sister, you will tell her, but I know some people be like, my man, so much that, would you tell those type of women? I mean, I don't know if I personally would.
I think I would.
But sometimes people turn on you. I don't know. People be turning on you like you didn't do something.
That's fine with me. That's fine with me because for me, going back to the integrity, I'm going to have to be honest. I may not say it on the very moment, but I'm going to say it. I'm probably going to take a minute to figure out how, but just so I can sleep at night. Not to make it from a selfish point of view, but that's information that I think you should know. Because I didn't do it. So you can't be mad at me. No, I'm just saying, like, if it's a fact, I'm not talking about,
no, you're right.
I'm talking about a fact, and it's no, in between, like, we're sure of what we're saying right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to go head on, and then I'll take a step back and just allow you to process and stuff. I feel like it's more betrayal in knowing that and saying absolutely nothing and kikiing and, hanging out and all of that. And she like, oh, yeah, because Johnny did this and that and that. We're going to the movies tomorrow, and you just looking like, girl, I don't think I could do that.
And then this is also another juicy one. If your sister doesn't like someone, do you not like them as well?
You talking about like a friend, like another woman or something?
Yeah.
Duh.
Yeah, I feel like that one is a given. I'm about to say that. Yeah, I feel like that one is a given. But I feel like when you have friends, then I know sometimes people don't do that within friendships. But if it's like your sister, then it's like, yeah.
I'm trying to think of different situations in which somebody your sister doesn't like would have to still be around. I think with the friends it's a little bit different because you guys may be in school, you guys may be at work, you may be in like different social settings where continued interaction with the quote unquote unlike person is kind of required or is just kind of like happening by chance. But I'm trying to think of a situation where somebody your sister doesn't like would need to continue.
I guess it would probably be a family member at that point.
Yeah, I guess you would take a step back, like, cause
Maybe
see,
like a
it's
cousin that y'all always hung out with or something, and they did something to your sister, and it's like, now
I
do
guess my
you?
thought is, what does that mean to not like somebody? Because you can be cordial. Do that mean like you don't? Does that mean you don't talk to the person? And you don't?
Yeah, maybe they did something that caused y'all not to speak again.
Oh nah, you getting cut off.
No,
You
I'm
getting cut
saying that
off.
so somebody did something to your sister that caused her not to speak to them again. You're cutting them off too, like unprovoked. Like they did nothing to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead. I'm gonna cut you off
Even a
because
family member.
it's the principle.
Even a family member.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
hesitating. I don't think.
No, because you my family member and close in relationship. So I feel like when it comes to family dynamics, it's a little bit touchy, but whatever it is that you did that make her not want to talk to you, I mean,
But you know, it just depends because I don't know. I think I would too because you know, you like you said, you're closer to like we're closer to each other. So like I'm just putting myself in that scenario. I think I would. I'm always on your side first. But sometimes, but just thinking about it, like outside of like family, it feels like within a friendship or something. I don't know if I will ride by my friend that much because sometimes people will just be unreasonable. Like sometimes your friend be at fault, but then now you
right.
can't be cool with another person because they feel like it just be so much
And that's why
pettiness
I
that don't even
said,
make sense. Yeah.
and that's why I say, are you looking at it from a sister situation or a girl code situation, like a friend or a sister? Because I feel like sometimes, if you're just looking at it from a friend level, sometimes girls, women, young ladies can just be mean for no reason, and you could be missing out on a great friend, a great opportunity to learn something from somebody that's cool, just behind her not liking her shoes or the way she dressed or something like that. It can be as petty as that. Sometimes when women feel threatened, even if the person isn't doing anything to threaten them, but there can be some sort of competition that sprouts up and it can cause people not to like each other, and then it's like, oh well, I don't like her, you're not supposed to like her, and it's like, but why?
That is true. That's why I was just like, and sometimes it's
Cause
so dumb. Yeah.
cause she be looking funny. She look at you funny, or she looks funny, or like what has she done? If you can't actually say what somebody's
Explain,
done,
right.
it's just kind of like, and then you have to take it with a grain of salt because you know your friend. If you really friends with somebody, you know that they can be petty, or you know that they can
Be unreasonable at times.
be unreasonable, be a little gossipy, or a little bit, mean spirited or whatever. Like, you'll pick up the patterns or the personality.
This is an interesting one that I would
I'm listening.
like to know your opinion about.
Mm-hmm.
A part of sister code, is it to stand by your sister whenever, like, so to defend her even if you know she's wrong? Because I know sometimes I'm just laughing, like smiling, because sometimes I be saying like crazy stuff, but I be so confident that I kind of convince other people that is right, but she
Yes, you do
knows
that.
that. She be like, wait a second, like I feel like she's the only one that questions some of the stuff that I be saying versus the other people's.
Likewise, I mean, you definitely do the same for me. Like, if I'm writing something, if I need something reviewed, or if I'm having a conversation, I'm talking about something, I'm expressing an opinion, like, you're gonna say, that doesn't make sense. What's that? Why would you say that? Or what does that mean? Or are you sure? And so that's good. I think
But
with
we do it
regards to
amongst each other. Like, we don't do it like in front
amongst
of
each
people, so
other,
they
right?
wouldn't really know, I guess.
I'm a ride with you, but if it's something like small, if it's something small, I'm gonna correct you right there. Like, and I would want the same. Like, what, girl? What you talking about? You mean this? Oh, okay, yeah. And this is kind of like that. But I think that's something I could be aware of too. Like, just make sure I'm not correcting you or making you feel like putting you down or correcting you in a way that makes you feel small, that's never my intent. And I do think that correction, or I think everything has a time and a place. So you be like, girl, but when you say like take their side, I'm thinking about a situation if there's like a confrontational situation and you know that your sister is wrong, but then you still decide
we can do it in that way as well.
That's what I was thinking about. And of course you're going to take up for them, but I'm going to try to de-escalate regardless.
I didn't think about that because we rarely have like instances where it's like beef down, like, but
another situation I can think about, like if we're in a family situation, like a family event or something, and you're arguing one side of something and somebody else is arguing another side, and I don't agree with your side, yeah, I'm a ride with you until we get to the end of it, and then I'm be like, you wasn't right. But yeah, for stuff like that, absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes you do gotta gang up though. Sometimes you do. I ain't even gonna lie.
Sometimes you gotta show a united front, like.
Yeah. That is just true. Yeah, sometimes you just got to like.
So I'd be interested for you guys to let us know in the comment section, what are your core principles or rules of the sister code? Did we miss anything? Do you agree with the principles that we set forth? Tell us about situations where the sister code was upheld or broken. We love to hear your comments and your feedback.
Yes, and make sure you do review and repost. It helps a lot.
We'll see you in the next one, guys.
All right, bye.
Bye.